What's up, guys? Jacob Barnhill, Barnhill Team, EXP Realty. Today, I'm going to discuss with you guys some thoughts on some questions from knowing on the inside how agents work and some things to look for on your side of the table as a seller that you could ask your real estate agent when they're telling you how they work to see if these are things they actually do and actually get results so that you know you're hiring a quality agent. So let's dive right in. I'm so excited about this topic because we have a lot of things that are proven that work. There's no fluff. And, a lot of times agents, make things complicated and over the top. Um, and other industries and people that are that want your business, and maybe there are good intentions, but sometimes they'll kind of fluff some things, right? So, and that can be sort of a trap a lot of times, and they know that the seller's looking for a certain thing, or the consumer, the buyer, whatever product, whatever business, and they know there's a specific, pain point or thing that people are looking for, whether that's, a discount or the price that you're actually going to get at the end of the day. And it's really easy to, promise something like that and not actually really have an understanding. So asking some questions is really what I'm going to dive into, and what you could ask your real estate agent to see if you are going to be hiring a quality agent. So let's talk about one of the first uh, tar pits. That's the big one, really, that a lot of people will step into. Is it's very easy a lot of times. Let's say I go out and I give a listing consultation and discuss with a seller, and they're interviewing some other agents, and I give you an honest price on what the market will bear for your home, and that's a realistic expectation, right, of what to expect. And we understand your goals, we know all this stuff, and then you'll go, great, thanks, Jake, I appreciate you coming out to the house. I have a couple other interviews that I want to talk with some other agents, right? And I'm fine. I'll give you some space to go do that. I think you should shop around and make sure you're picking a good agent that's going to work for you. The the biggest problem that I have is, now we have discussed price, right? And that could be based on the strategy and what I bring to the table, uh, you know, and sort of some context around what I had, uh, you know, looked at with what's going on in the market and how I know that I'm able to sell homes. Another agent comes in and they say, "Hey, I uh, I know you were interviewing other agents. What did they say you could get for your home?" And you tell that agent, and let's say I was going to get you 350,000 for your home, and that other agent says, "Well, I get you 365, right? Or I could get 360 or 355 or whatever, right?" And then, ooh, that's really interesting. And here's the difference maker, right? Now we're just going to say, well, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy, said he could get, we're assuming he knows what he's doing, right? He's got the badge on, the agent badge and all that stuff. And we want to trust him. But how do we know? How do we know? And what's the difference between, without, making this really complicated, how do we know that agents are able to get this price, if you will, right? So, one thing you could ask an agent in this circumstance is, what is your list to sale price? What this is going to tell you is how much of the time, this ratio, this difference between the agent on average, what is it that they're going on the market with their listings, and then what are they actually getting on a percentage basis, right? What's that percentage of the difference between what they go on the market at originally and then what they actually get you at the closing table? A list to sale price ratio would be an excellent question to ask an agent in this scenario. So let's look at some other ways that we could ask an agent if there is, some actual proof in the pudding. If we have this price that they said that we could get, there are a couple other variables that we could ask about how they would handle if we get multiple offers. Do they have a process? Do they just take the first one that comes along? Do they actually have a confident answer? Is there a formalized, possibly even documented process on what to happen and when and how to handle that, right? Um, because sometimes what I know in making offers for buyers is that some agents may not have a formalized process and will just take one offer and then they'll cut off this other opportunity that may help drive that price up on the home. And if we know that and we know when to pull some of these strings in that process, then we could drastically improve that net bottom line by taking advantage of that opportunity when we have multiple interested parties. So is there a process? What is that agent's process when we get multiple offers? Well, if it's we'll just talk about it, right? Or something very general, right? That may show that we don't have somebody who uh, you know, has a process there for handling multiple offers. Now, what about negotiations with inspections? What should we expect there would be a really great question. What if the house doesn't appraise? Is there any process with that, right? Asking the agent, what marketing methods do you use and why? Is it just to get you business or is it actually helping me sell my home? Because this looks really great that you're sending mailers and you're doing all this stuff, right? And we do those things too. But if you're talking to a seller, right? If an agent is talking to a seller and I'm telling you this is how we're getting you more money for your home, right? Do they know that that works? Where do they actually get most of their buyers from? And why does that work, right? These are questions that we ask ourselves. So when we sit in front of a seller, one of the things that I'll always tell a seller is that we execute the fundamentals really, really well. There's a couple other things that we do on top of that that we'll do to help obviously grow our own business. It does produce some other extra buyers as well, but mastering and executing the fundamentals is key. And if there's not systems and confidence around the basics, right, then we could be missing pieces. This will also help you give some proof to the agent that you're hiring. So, food for thought, ask great questions around why does that work? Why do you use this method? How are you actually going to get this? What is the strategy or the system that you have behind this, right? If you want to make sure that you're hiring a great real estate agent, they should be confident and willing to share all of this with you and more so that you can see why. I think it's very important. I do this for coaching real estate agents and when I'm talking to clients is they don't necessarily only understand what we're doing, but why we're doing it, I think has a lot higher impact on us working together. So hopefully these tips were helpful. If you guys have comments on any of this, hit me in the comment box. I would love any kind of collaboration. I would absolutely also love any likes or subscribes. If you guys love the content that we're pushing out and you want notifications, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe on our channel. And you know how to reach out to us if you guys need us. We're here for you. We're here in Columbia, South Carolina, and we can obviously make referrals all across the country as well. If you guys are looking you have any friends or family that are moving and want to make sure they get a good real estate agent wherever they may be making some real estate decisions. So I hope you guys enjoy the tips. Look for us on the next video. Everybody have a great week. Peace.